7 haunted marbles will try to keep pace, for a sulfuric cloud of ash awaits those that lose the Halloween race. Hi, this is Professor CC19, and pick one of the 7 haunted marbles competing in today's Halloween special, knowing that only 4, though, will survive the night. Possessed, the Jack-o'-lantern, Bat's Cave, Witch's Eye, Morphing Midnight, Cyanide, and Haunted Forest. The course that is one of the favorites of the Olympics has now been haunted. Known for being fun and crazy, PLINKO is now as crazy as ever, and infested with ghost blocks, ready to claim the souls of those that finished last in the first 3 rounds of this elimination tournament. The final 4 will survive to race another day, and will compete in this Halloween Championship final. But in the meantime, we are not going to mess around. Race 1 will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Your thoughts are your worst enemies on this course. The thoughts of what could happen if you come in last may cause it to come to pass. Those thoughts may cause a lapse in concentration, playing it safe, not an option. And right away we see several of these marbles recognizing that aggression is the way to go on this course. Already we see Bat's Cave, Cyanide, and Jack-o'-lantern entering the haunted ghost section of this course with the ghost blocks that can completely alter the course of a race. Possessed joining in on the action. In the meantime, 3 marbles that are farther back behind are in danger of being eliminated. Those are Witch's Eye, Haunted Forest, and Morphing Midnight, but Witch's Eye with a big run down to the 2nd row of ghost blocks already, while Morphing Midnight is stalling out before even reaching this section. Some nice contact from Witch's Eye, pushing them up into 5th place, now trying to challenge Bat's Cave for 4th. Falling back immediately after that, trying to look up front here, we have 3 marbles very close to the finish line, and it is Jack-o'-lantern winning the first round of this Halloween special. Possessed coming in 2nd, looks like Cyanide in excellent position to come in 3rd, followed by Bat's Cave. But looking back, Morphing Midnight needs something spectacular if they want to survive to race another day. And right now, something spectacular may be happening for them, making up several rows. However, Bat's Cave is through. Now Morphing Midnight is through. A miracle for them. Unfortunately, that means Haunted Forest is the first team eliminated, or the first marble eliminated, and claimed by the course in the Halloween race. The other 6, Witch's Eye, narrowly escaping. Morphing Midnight with a huge burst of speed towards the end. They will compete in race number 2. And now, the 6 remaining are back in the starting gates for round 2. A few of them knowing just how close they came to meeting their fate early on. Of course, I mean Morphing Midnight and Witch's Eye, who both came very close to being the first team eliminated. But they both have survived to this point. We'll start race 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. The championship is a moot point this early in the game. Survival is much more important. And for the 2nd race in a row, Witch's Eye not getting off to a great start, but some of the frontrunners in race 1 off to a better start once again, such as Possessed and Jack-o'-lantern. Watching them come through, Witch's Eye and Morphing Midnight in a much closer race this 2nd time round. Morphing Midnight certainly doing better than they were before. A nudge off the top of Possessed puts them in, what I was going to say, a outright lead, now turns into a tie, now turns into about 4th place as 3 marbles get past. Cyanide doing very well off to the right side. In contrast, Jack-o'-lantern doing very well off to the left side. Everyone now in this haunted ghost section as Morphing Midnight struggling with that 1st row of ghost blocks, and they've fallen all the way back to last place once again. Witch's Eye, an amazing run down the right side, they're up into 2nd place. Question now is, who can track down Cyanide? If it is Witch's Eye, what a redemptive story that would be, and it appears that Witch's Eye, after barely advancing, will get an outright victory in race 2. They are through to round 3. Possessed, very close. Can Morphing Midnight pull off another spectacular comeback? At this point, I'm not so sure. But if anybody can do it, it would be them. We see Possessed very close. Cyanide, Jack-o'-lantern, Bats Cave, and Morphing Midnight getting back in this race. It's going to come down to this. Who will advance? Will it be Morphing Midnight? No, it will be Bats Cave. Morphing Midnight almost doing it again, but their luck has run out as Bats Cave claims the final spot, advancing through to the third round. But what a race for Witch's Eye. A victory claim for them in Race 2. Possessed, Cyanide, Jack-o'-lantern, and Bats Cave are the 5 marbles competing in Round 3. The ghosts at the bottom of this course are nearly satisfied, but it will take one more soul to rid this course of its haunts. The soul of whom will it be? That of Possessed, Jack-o'-lantern, Cyanide, Bats Cave, or Witch's Eye? All of them have made it through to this point. One will be the final marble claimed by the course, and the other 4 will compete for the Halloween Championship. We'll find out in 3, 2, 1, go. And Race 3 has begun. Looks like Jack-o'-lantern and Cyanide off to a good start out of the starting gates first, but then they both mirror each other going to opposite sides, and Cyanide falls back to last place. One of the mid-pack marbles for most of this tournament so far has been Bats Cave, finishing in 4th, then falling to 5th. 5th won't cut it here. They need to improve if they hope to advance to the final and survive this night. In the meantime, Witch's Eye. The reversal of fortunes continues from 6th to 1st. Now they're struggling once again. Also Cyanide for the first time having some problems. And Jack-o'-lantern. They fell to 4th in Race 2 after winning Race 1. Now they are struggling with the ghost blocks, advancing through several rows, making up a lot of ground there. We'll see if they can keep things going. Cyanide is currently in last place. Witch's Eye, Possessed, and Bats Cave in the best position to advance. Cyanide nudges Jack-o'-lantern aside. It seemed to give them an advantage, but now Cyanide trying to rebound and take that advantage back. In the meantime, up front, Witch's Eye going to be a favorite into the final round. Cyanide up quickly, almost passing Bats Cave for second. It's down to Jack-o'-lantern and Possessed is your final marble, advancing through to the final, and Jack-o'-lantern will be the final soul claimed by this Halloween course. And now the haunts have ended. A perfectly normal PLINKO course awaits these marbles. Witch's Eye, Bats Cave, Cyanide, and Possessed. Who will win the Halloween Championship? And now the dangers are gone. The sky is starting to get lighter, and the ghost blocks have been removed from the course, except for the ghosts of the marbles that have been claimed. It's time for our final. Possessed, Cyanide, Bats Cave, and Witch's Eye. Who will win the 2019 Halloween Championship? It's time to find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Cyanide off to a good start. Now Witch's Eye changes things up. They are a heavy favorite after winning 2 of the first 3 races. Now Possessed with a good run down the middle of this course, while Witch's Eye losing ground off towards the right side. Cyanide struggling back behind. They need to get something going. We return back to basics of this course, the classic of the Alg Olympics. It is a 3-way battle. Possessed, Witch's Eye, and Bats Cave. Bats Cave now reaching up ahead. Coming down towards the end of this course, you can see those 3 ghost blocks right at the center. Try to avoid them if you hope to finish this course first. What a race it has been. Witch's Eye now taking an advantage, and they are the winners of the Halloween Championship. Possessed to come through in second, and Bats Cave, the bronze medalist in the Halloween race. Cyanide, unfortunately, not able to come through in our final. 4th place for them, but they have survived the horrors of this night. Congratulations to Witch's Eye, Possessed, and Bats Cave, the 3 medal winners in the Halloween race.